Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Career Mode, episode number 6 for this Nottingham Forest series. We are here today, kicking things off with a game against Cardiff at our home stadium. Things are looking pretty damn good compared to a few episodes ago, now that this season has stepped up a little bit more. As you can see, we are coping well under pressure right now, in third place, with I believe it was just Birmingham and Norwich ahead of us. That could change by the end of the episode. We could be back in. We never were. No, I don't think we were ever in first place. I think we were actually right at the start of the season. We could go back to that first place, or we could get in that automatic promotion spot, which is, of course, what the board want from us. It is vital we get in those automatic promotion spots, and, of course, just stay there, really. So that's a bit more money and a bit more, well, the manager, like the board, likes us a little bit more. Anyway, we'll start things off here early with a run there from, I still don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to bother pronouncing it, but there, he goes wide anyway and the ball gets cleared out. We get a corner here, things go wrong. Asamoah with two left-footed shots, oh my word. One takes a deflection, one is just pounded into the back of the net. First time rebound, you'd expect it to go wide, maybe, or just completely miss the target from the angle he's at and from his balance as well, but he's just able to straighten it all up. And just look at that, top left, that is a beautiful start for Asamoah. Just hits it through, and well, there's no way Bendtner is getting to that. That is in the back of the net, and that is 1-0 to us. Then Cardiff here, you can see they get the ball, but Asamoah is able to go all the way and knock it in right after for 2-0 very quickly. It goes from 1-0 to 2-0. Asamoah with solo work on this goal, just nicks the ball off the defender after the failed pass. He's there. He's not going to get beaten off by anyone. Bad choice of words there, but he's not going to get outpaced by anyone. He's on his own, and that was always going to be a goal from that angle. Amos, once again, too close to Asamoah maybe, and there was no way he could save that from going in the bottom left. ProJaked, as you can see, ecstatic about that. Now, just before the brink of the second half, it is 3-0. Thanks to a header there by Hobbs, making it 3-0. I mean, that is a good header as well. I know the patch just came out for this game today. This was, of course, recorded before the patch, where they apparently nerfed headers. This much I don't know right now because I haven't actually played a game yet since the patch has come into place. But nevertheless, headers OP right there as Hobbs makes it 3-0. And the game was just slow from there. We weren't really mounting much of an attack. We were just keeping the ball. And then all of a sudden, Ricky Lambert just explodes through the defense and gets that nice little header for a consolation goal. And 3-1 for Cardiff. They can at least take a goal there and celebrate the fact that they were able to score against us, rather than suffering a clean sheet loss. Annoying that we had to suffer that we couldn't keep the clean sheet there, but it was a nice goal to be fair. Good cross in, and Lambert just able to find the gap. Ruther, I believe, could have done better, diving the wrong way, and it was, well, obviously it was too late for him to counteract any opportunity there. So we immediately get the ball. That goes from kickoff. Lansbury's going all the way, and he gives us a penalty from that tackle. It was always going to be a penalty from that angle and that challenge. Yellow or red card. The referee decides yellow. I agree with the referee on this call, and it is a yellow card because Bruno reads the manga. There's the replay again. Lansbury just completely taken out. His ankles are RIP'd, and ProJaked very disappointed in that challenge, but I imagine glad that the penalty's been given. Asamoah steps up here, hat-trick hero opportunity. Can he put that in the back of the net? Standing here, just taking his time, and yep, it rolls into the back of the net about as slow as possible, and it's 4-1. Asamoah with a hat-trick. Congratulations to him there. He has done well for us so far this season. I believe that might be his first hat-trick of the season. I'm not sure if he's beaten Bendtner to that. I don't think he has, though. I'm not 100% sure. But there you go. 4-1. Game over, as you can see by the full-time whistle going. And a comfortable win over Cardiff. Things in the championship are looking very healthy. I kind of wish this team could immediately go up to the Prem and fight for survival, because honestly I think I'd have more fun fighting for survival than dominating nearly every game. And of course, this being played as well on world class, it is a bit but I've tried legendary on this game, and it is absolute chlamydia. I know it says 10 shots, but in the desperation to get the third goal, I kind of just shot everywhere every time Asamoah was on the ball. So a lot of them couldn't have been highlights, considering the vast majority of the shots ended up in about row M, roughly there. So anyway, we go now up to Loftus Road. QPR is our next target in the EFL Cup, of course it used to be the Capital One Cup, in the round of 16 quarter-final opportunity for us here. Of course, we got to this part by eliminating Manchester United, of all teams, in the round of 32, which was incredible, and now here we are. We had to put out a good team to take on Forest, and as you can see, fairly somewhat of the same people: Cohen, Lansbury, and of course Lord Bendtner up front, because, well, in a game like this, it's kind of vital he's up front. Early start here for QPR. They were the ones who have the first shot on goal, and as you can see, rather disappointed free kick, and Wallenreuther easy gonna make that save. Now we move on a few minutes later, 5 minutes later, Bendtner goes all the way. What a goal by Nicholas Bendtner from that far out to knock it in the top left corner. Lord Bendtner strikes again. My word, I mean, you know, as I said in the last episode, Bendtner this season has been something else. Usually he's mocked for being shit, and with a strike like that, it is incredible. I believe Bendtner is tied top goal scorer in the league, or may have lost it, because I don't remember playing him all that often in the league games, but there it is. There is an incredible shot by Bendtner, and look at how happy Papa ProJaked is. I would have ran onto the pitch and slapped Bendtner right in his big giant forehead. So there we go. It's 1-0. Things are looking great for us right now. We move on here. Start of the second half. Good passing all the way here. Pereira going to go for it. Passes it in there. Delicia. It takes a deflection in to Lord Bendtner, who's there again to make it 2-0. QPR fans felt confident about the second half, and they get shut up within 2 minutes of the half beginning. Pereira finds Licha. He takes the shot. Easy save. It was like they just did it just so Bendtner could get it on the rebound. 2-0. And it really begged the question of what did QPR have left at this point. Yes, they had a half to come back, but could they manage it? That was the big question. You can see here, Polter finds a gap in the defense. He's able to get around him with a 1-2 and hit a very nice and simple shot into the bottom right corner. It's 2-1. A potential comeback could be on the way here. They've got enough time. They've got 35 minutes. They've got half an hour, just over half an hour to do this. That's a really nice 1-2 there. And Wallenreuther again could have done better, but these things happen. Sometimes you get beaten. Well, sometimes you get a goal against you that could have been saved, and sometimes you score goals that could have been saved. So there we go. It's 2-1, and it really begged the question then, could we hold on to this 2-1 win? Of course, this is just one leg. It will go to extra time, and it looks like it's going to go to extra time, as once again, I just forgot his name. There we go. Alright, there you go. Polter. That's his name. He strikes in a header for 2-2 about 10 minutes after scoring his first one. We go a half without conceding, and then in 10 minutes, it's 2-2. This was tragic. We were doing anything to get a goal here. You can see Carriol desperately tries there in the 76th minute to get a goal. It doesn't work, and we're going to extra time with QPR. Now desperation sets in. We really need a goal here, and you can see just everyone fumbling around in the box. Licha with a good shot that hits the post, and they're able to clear it out in time. Second half of extra time. We go all the way. Pereira shoots. 1-on-1 from that angle. How can you afford to miss such a shot? I don't know. Now we move on. Mancienne here takes a shot. It falls to Lansbury. And Lansbury, who has been labelled as a god in this series so far, has saved us once again. 3-2. Mancienne, the sub who came on at the start of extra time, makes his worth there, and Lansbury with an empty net and a simple tap in puts us 3-2 up with just 5 minutes or so to go. 120th minute now. We're gonna win the game, but we're gonna look for one more goal. Who's gonna get that last goal? It's gonna be Bendtner. It's 4-2 within 7 minutes, from a likely penalty shootout to a 4-2 victory for Nottingham Forest. Kennedy makes a good run here, finds Bendtner, and just simple for Bendtner. Could have been 2 goals, but another hat-trick for another Nottingham Forest striker, Lord Bendtner, arguably with the better goals of the two as well, especially with that shot from outside the box. Great scenes there at the end of the game. Really could have gone either way, but it's Lord Bendtner who saves us once again. 4 shots, 3 goals. That is accuracy compared to 10 shots and 3 goals. Wow, what an intense game that was against QPR, but now we're in the quarterfinals of the English League Cup, but we have to move our focus back into the Championship. We're in 3rd place here, just 1 point behind Norwich and Birmingham as we take on Reading, who, as we can see, are not doing all that well. They're not even in the top 10. There is Reading's lineup. Looks like to be a difficult, I'm saying difficult. Looks to be a fairly easy one. 4-3-3 seems to be a holding kind of one. And as of course we always play the 4-1-4-1. That one striker up front is going to be Thorne, the youth striker, for the sole reason of Bendtner wanting a game off, and Asamoah was fairly gassed, I suppose you could say. He was still a bit fatigued from the previous game, and well, as I've said before, I don't like Velios. Anyway, there's a goal from Dimitru. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, or Dimitru, something like that. I just said Dimitru twice in the bit of hoping to pronounce his name differently. I don't know, but he chests it really nice there and makes it, and pretty much makes it fall onto his boot. It's 1-0. Good job. We look for 2 here with Cash. But once again, missing from that range. I know you're a centre mid, but I expect so much better. And look at how close this gets you from being 1-0. Great save by Wyland Ruther under pressure in a one-on-one situation. And now we can try and get a counter-attack here. Cash plays up to Thorne. Thorne trying to make a run here. As you can see, he's well blocked off. He's going to have to try and do something here. He finds Cash. Cash makes a gap. First time, bottom left, 2-0. Thank you very much. And finally, Cash makes up for his prior mistake that close to the goal by putting in a nicer goal and making it 2-0 just for the half. It seems as if Molten Road is rather silent. It's fairly silent thanks to that goal from Cash. You can see here, just first time, puts his boot through it. And unfortunately to say, well, that was the end of the game. Not really all that much happened after that fairly boring game, gotta be honest. It was more so the shots, well, the goals were the highlights, and there wasn't anything special happening on Reading's side of the pitch. Seemingly disappointed about that 2-0 loss, but when they weren't even in the top 10, you can kind of come to expect that. Anyway, we're going to end the episode with now an EFL Championship match against QPR. We just had them in, of course, that very intense 4-2 game. They've just lost their game after that against Brentford, so it gives us hope that we can head into this game, come up with another win, and maybe mount an attack on the championship. You can see there, Rotherham United are beating Birmingham right now 1-0, so things are looking good there. Lansbury gets us 1-0 up. I'm trying to look for the things within the corner to see if anything good comes up for us. Unfortunately, QPR have equalized it. Not looking too good there. Heading towards the end of the game. Can we try and get a winner here? Yes, we can. Bendtner knocks it in the back of the net. Lord Bendtner saves us again in the 78th minute. Another win, and I'm trying to see there. Rotherham beat Preston, so clearly that wasn't Birmingham. Huddersfield beat Preston, which is Huddersfield beat Birmingham. Wow, I'm an idiot. That is perfect. Where does that put us in the championship to end off the episode? We're back in first. Crisis averted. Birmingham and Norwich fell right downhill, lost 2 games in a row, and now us and Villa occupy first and second place. It is close between us. Anything could happen there, and we'll see the advancement of that in the next episode. But it is so good to be back on top of the championship. That's going to end this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.